I'm in Cuba. Oh my God, I don't have much time. The sun's going down. I better make a fire. There's nobody here. Just me. I wonder if they have toilet paper here. Wonder if they have mustard. Wonder if they have white wine. Oh my God, if they don't have white wine, what the heck did I get myself into? I don't even know what resort I'm at. Why did I do this to myself again? Why did I press enter on the computer without reading the resort reviews first? Why? Why did I come to Cuba? Why did I go for that cheap price? Why? Why? I should have went to Mexico or Dominican. Oh, there's a boat. Over here! What, over here? Oh my God, they didn't even see me. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Are you one of those people that booked a trip, pressed enter in the computer, and then decided to go to the Facebook pages of the resort you're gonna go to and start reading all the reviews to do your homework after you already press enter? And then you're looking at the reviews and you look at your wife, or your wife looks at you and said, what'd you get us into? We're taking the kids, we're taking our 8-month-old. What are we gonna do? Do we bring toilet paper? Do we bring mustard? Do we bring formula? Do they have white wine? Do they have white wine? That's the most important thing, because that's what I hear all the time on these crazy feeds. All the negativity of people, and the people that have got sucked out of their vacations because somebody else said, guess what? Try this resort. You don't even know them. You're going to a resort and someone told you that resort's not going to be any good. Go to this one. You know, I make these videos all the time, and to save you, to save your friends, to save your family, because sometimes what you read isn't the reality. Do resorts lose water from time to time? Sure they do. This is Cuba. Do they run out of items from time to time? Sure they do. This is Cuba. But one thing that's a constant here, in about 2 hours from now, that's gonna be really blue. That, typically always here. That beach is always gonna be amazing. Anyway, hey, my name's Mike from Finding Fish. Welcome to Cuba. In this video, we're gonna be going over some of those topics that sometimes people always ask in the comments and they want answers to, and a whole lot more. Stay with me. Today's gonna be amazing. I got a little place to sit down here. So, you booked a trip to Cuba. You're probably coming in February or March. You're bringing the kids. You saved up a bunch of money. You probably spent around 3,000 bucks, let's say, for 2 people, or say 1,500, 1,200 each per person. And now you might be worried because you read a bunch of the reviews, because you did your homework after you pressed enter, and now you're scrambling. Now you're thinking, what have I got myself into and why? And you know, the most important question you have to ask yourself when you're booking a trip anywhere in the world, anywhere, why did you book it in the first place? If you booked it for sun, fun, and the beach, well, that's why you booked Cuba. Did you get a fairly decent price compared to Mexico and Dominican? Probably. Are you the type of person that can go with the flow? Are you the type of person that doesn't need consistency? Are you the type of person that doesn't complain a lot? If you are, you're gonna have a fantastic time here. If you're the type of person that needs consistency, needs to know that there's gonna be butter, there's gonna be bacon, there's gonna be eggs, there's gonna be white wine, well, you might be disappointed from time to time, because the reality here is there is no consistency when it comes to those certain items. When it comes to the beach, when it comes to the sun, and when it comes to a good time with a lot of great Canadians that are down here that are like-minded like me, guess what? You're gonna meet them and you're gonna have a great time. If you wanna hang out with the people that are complaining about the things that are missing, well, they're in a different section over there. You either love Cuba or you don't. You either love the choice of having a good time or you don't. And if you are the type of person that needs 2 or 3 items to have a great time, you need a certain thing to make your whole trip enjoyable, that's you. That's not Cuba. When you come to Cuba, the most important thing that you need to know is you have to travel in the country you're in, not the country you want it to be. Meaning, the only thing that's gonna change when you get here, it's gonna be you. The beach is gonna be the same, the sun's gonna be the same. The ebbs and flows of Cuba are not gonna change just because you booked your trip. And I have to be honest with you, I've said this many, many times, and that's the truth. Cuba is Cuba, and it's always gonna be this way. Your mindset has to adapt to the way Cuba is, and if you're the type of person that has issues with certain things, don't come here. And I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you a bunch of money, and you know, because I don't see as many complainers down here anymore. Totally. I met a few, they ran out of bacon and they had a problem with it. It's like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, I don't know how many times I've made the videos. Like, don't come to me and tell me that. If you didn't watch my videos, that's on you, because I make it quite clear, and I don't want to come across as being, you know, but I'm just trying to save you. If you're not that type of person, don't come here. Sometimes I need to educate people, because people do come up to me and they say, hey, you know what, we're missing bacon. What about this? What about that? And I will take the time and say, listen, do you actually understand what's actually happening here in this country? Right now, and I want to say thank you to some of the subscribers that send me information, and I cherish it. Amanda D sent me a text, and she said she has a partner here in Cuba. And when she comes into Cuba and goes into their home city and goes into his home city, she tells me that they can go days sometimes without food. Like days. So when you come to a resort and the outside of the resort doesn't have basic necessities, and you come here and you're gonna complain, you gotta get your facts right, folks. Like, I call this a very raw country, and you know, it's a very simplistic country. They either have things or they don't, and that's the reality. So Amanda D writes in and she says she loves watching my videos, and she likes these videos because she wants people to understand that, you know, there are certain items that they don't have control of. It's just the ebbs and flows of Cuba. Power, water, toilet paper, just common things we take for granted in our own country. That is unpredictable here. And you know, you need to know that if you're coming here. And if you can't handle that, don't come here. Another subscriber sent me some information stating that what they're allowed for their allocation this year because of the embargo. And with the war going on in Ukraine really affects these guys too, because that's their trading partners over there. I think fertilizer, if I'm correct, either fertilizer, like they're allowed to have about a 4% allotment, and their feed for their animals have been cut by like another 20%. So you wonder why there's no eggs and there's no chicken and the pork. It's because they're not living the same lives that we are in our own country. Like, they are being squeezed, and I'm talking the Cuban people are being squeezed. You have to remember that, like, for the Cuban people, it's not a choice. It's just their reality. And so if they don't have it, they can't offer it. And if their trading partners can't give it to them, we're not getting it. It's as simple as that. So with that being said, do your homework before you come here. I'm down here at the daiquiri right now, and I'm just playing on the sand with you right now. And I did that as a spoof to kind of go at the people that spook people out of their upcoming trips. And I feel for people because, yeah, Cuba went through some really dark times there, late fall, early winter, and the ebbs and flows of Cuba. Now, I made a video when I was just down that trip telling people I think things might change after Christmas, and so I'm here right now, and I was saying about the food quality might change, and guess what? I think the food quality here at this resort has been great. For the resorts that I've gone to over the last 9 resorts last year, and I get to see all the different resorts, yeah. And by what I mean is great, like, I've had eggs every day. For me, that's a staple. I see milk. They've got a smoothie station here. They've had, they haven't had bacon, but bacon is not really that great for us anyway. But they've had chicken, pork, beef, fish, ground hamburgers, bacon and cheese to go along with that, and buns. I've seen bread here every day. You know, there's rice, there's pasta dishes. They've had pizza once. I haven't seen white wine that often. There's red wine, there's cervezas, that's a constant. The sodas come and go. That's reality here, but if you can get your head wrapped around it, you can have a fantastic time here, because you're gonna meet some incredible Canadian people that are like-minded and get Cuba, and they get why they're coming here. You're coming here because it's affordable for a sunny destination. And what I mean by affordable, let's say you're a single parent, you're a single mom, you're a single dad. You're on a fixed income because you're older, you're retired, and you don't have that much extra money coming in. You got high interest rates sucking out all your dispendable income. You know, Cuba's an option, right? And I think that's why a lot of people look at the price first, and then they press enter, and then they do their homework, and then they get scared. Listen, you know, I have friends all the time text me, send me messages, where should I go, where should I go? And you know, the best thing I could do is, like, I don't like to recommend, not even to my friends. I say watch the videos and see what you think is good for you. I don't know how people are when they travel, but I do know how I travel, and I do know how my wife travels, and I do know how my kids travel. We've been traveling our whole lives, and one thing we've taught our kids is, you know, you better go with the flow. Don't expect the filet mignon or the Caesar salads, or don't come with me, because I'm going where most people aren't. I'm gonna be going to countries that are really raw. I get enjoyment out of that because I love to live. I don't like to be entitled. I don't like that feeling. Sure, do I have entitlement? I'm from Canada, of course I do. You know, but when I come on holidays, I like just to live just a regular little life when I'm down here. I have my hard-boiled eggs. I have my omelet. I haven't had any sweets since I've been here. I'm not doing alcohol because I'm doing an alcohol-free month. So for me, you know, I'm just living a simple little life, and I'm happy with that. But I travel all the time, so for me, this is my living. This is my extension of my life. It's not like I've saved for the whole year to come on that one trip, like I know a lot of people do. And that's amazing, and that's great. And I've been there, you know, when our kids were young and we only got away that one time a year. You just want it to be amazing. You want that sun to be out. You want that water to be incredible. You want what you want for breakfast. And unfortunately, that's called the entitlement issue. If you're wanting that, maybe look at DR or Mexico, you know, Jamaica. If you're that type of person, go spend the extra $5,000 or $6,000. Like, I got people coming up to me and saying, we were gonna go to Jamaica, but for the 2 weeks it was gonna be 12 grand. And I said, yeah, that's reality, man. Like, if you can afford that, go. You know what? I can come here 5-10 times for 12 grand and like have an amazing experience. But that's me. And if you watch my videos, you see that my simple little life and what I do and what I come across. But I live a different life than most people because I'm doing this all the time. I want to go as much as I can and keep my costs low because I don't want to stop doing this. I just want to keep going. In my upcoming videos, I'm going to Thailand. You might want to check it out. I'm going to see, you know, how Thailand's going to look. I got a budget of 2,000 Canadian. I'm going to see what that looks like in Thailand for 30 days. Anyway, sorry, off topic. But getting back on topic here. So when I was up at Trip, we never lost power once, I believe. We never lost water once. But I had friends on this side, CAYO, COCO, and Guillermo, saying that we're missing power and they were missing water. I'm wondering, this is what I'm really wondering, if there is a split in the water main that goes to the right of the island, sorry, and goes to the left, because it doesn't make a lot of sense why sometimes the resorts down by Guillermo way are running out of water and they're not over by Trip in Pullman. So if anyone has that info, I had lukewarm water once, but today it was piping hot. I had to add hot, cold water to it and it wasn't even working. So I don't know, that's a Cuba issue. But you know, I just go with it. There's people snorkeling beside me. I see people out in the distance kite surfing. A lot of fantastic people down here having a really good time. And if you're coming, you will too. If you're coming in February, you're gonna have a great time. If you're coming in March, you're gonna have a great time. Are there gonna be ebbs and flows? Absolutely. That sun, the ocean, the beach, it's not gonna change. The only thing that should change is your mindset. Prepare yourself for it. It's gonna be fantastic. If you need condiments, you know what? Bring some ketchup, put some hot sauce in your bag. Bring a few things like that. That if you need those, bring peanut butter. I see people doing that all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? If you have it in your heart and your soul, leave it for people. They love it. You know, when you leave here, leave them your sunscreen, your shaving gel, whatever. Like, just leave stuff behind. It really helps the Cuban people out. And bring paper money. They really can use that. In your room when you come here, the plugs are normal. I know it says 220 on it, but you can plug your phone in. You can plug your phone charger in. My phones, I plug in my laptop. It's all normal. You don't have to worry about that. Is your mini fridge probably going to be empty? Probably. You know, that's just what it is. I wish they'd get rid of the mini fridge. It's a nightmare for people. They think that, you know, because they saw the glam shots that the hotel put out 20 years ago, that's still what it looks like. It isn't, folks. It's not. Resorts are tired. There's paint chip places. You know, there's broken concrete. Look over that. Look past that. Come to the beach. Check out the pool. Have a good conversation with someone. Enjoy your life. Don't worry about the petty things when you come down here. Worry about the great things, that you're here with your kids, having a good time in the sun. Life is amazing. You're gonna maybe get a cheeseburger, a piece of fish for lunch, some rice. There's gonna be butter. You know, you might get lucky and there's gonna be bacon. They're gonna put cheese on that burger. You might get a salad. Guess what? Came here for a reason. It was probably because it was affordable, and that's what affordability looks like in Cuba. Hey, if you like my video, like and subscribe, and guess what? I'll see you in Thailand, and I'll see you in the next video.